and a pleasant good day to you. I'm Titus Wright. Welcome once again to the Positive Force. Again, thank you for joining us. Today we're going to talk about statistics. And what is statistics? Well, statistics is collection of facts. You're collecting facts. Today I want to talk about the acronyms concerning statistics. And you'll find these acronyms throughout the whole entire course when it comes to statistics. Again, statistics basically is a collection of facts and sampling. Now, when you say statistics, you really mean sampling. When you deal with a population, you're not counting the whole entire population. You're just counting a sampling of it. If you were going to count the whole entire population, it's considered a census, and we're not doing a census. We're doing statistics. It's as if I go to the ocean and want to find out how salty is the ocean. I don't have to drink the whole entire ocean to tell you, okay, it is salty, but I take a sampling of it. I take a little cup and I sample it, and then I taste it. And of course, I spit it out for safety reasons. But I know as a result of doing that the ocean is salty. I can get a very good sampling and find out some really good statistics based on that sampling of the ocean. A lot of things come out of that. So we're going to talk about statistics, a basic data dump, and my acronym is C.A.S.I.C. Yes, the C.A.S.I.C formula as it relates to statistics. And that's C.A.S.I.C. And that stands for collection, analyze, summarize, interpret, and then come to a conclusion. First, you have to collect the information, but you have to have a random distribution of the information. You can't be subjective. For instance, if I wanted to find out about 1,000 men, their average weight, I'm not going to weigh, or I'm not going to add all the 1,000 men up and then get a sampling from that. I'll get a sampling from those 1,000 men. I'm going to take 100 at a time and go with the highest and maybe the lowest. Then of each 100 group, I may take 2 out of that, where I end up getting, let's say, 20, okay? Out of that, 20, a sample of 20 that represents the whole population of 1,000. So now that sampling of 20 is called my sampling. That would be a sample of the population. So I will use that now in my statistics formula. Now, I collect the information, collect the facts, then I analyze the facts and look at the facts and see exactly what I'm dealing with. And then I summarize and say, okay, now I do have an objective sampling. I didn't go just out of that 100 and got all of my 20 from that first 100, but I have a very now wide random distribution of my sampling. All right. So now I have that. So I have a summary there. I create a summary as a result of that. And then I need to interpret my results. How do you interpret your results? And we deal with interpretation. It could be pounds. It could be percentages, area, length, amounts, average, and of course, heights. So yeah, that could be interpreted. So what are we interpreting? Are we interpreting any of those things? In this case, we're interpreting weight. I want to know the weight, the average weight of 1,000 men, and I do a sampling of 20 men taken from that 1,000. What I do is I add all 20 of my sampling together, then I divide that by 20 and get an average. So let's say my average is 175 pounds average, all right? So I'm looking at now my sampling is 175 pounds, even though some people, some men may weigh 220 and some may weigh 145, but my average would be 175. So now that would be my average. Now, when we deal with statistics, the word standard deviation comes into play. That is determined by the distance you are away from the average. And we call the average a mean. When you hear the word mean in statistics, it just means the average. So now, my standard deviation tells me how far am I away from that average. So I do my formulas, which will be a little more extensive than this video can show you. It's very basic though, basic arithmetic formula. I do my formula and I find out my standard deviation. How far have I deviated from my average of 175? It may be 15 pounds I've deviated from, or it may be 15 pounds more or 15 pounds less. But at least I know my standard deviation. So there you are, guys, a data dump on statistics, the Kasich formula. And you'll find this formula throughout the whole entire course. No matter how deep statistics get, you'll find the Kasich formula. Collection of data, collection of facts. Analyze those facts. Summarize those facts in your own words. How do you summarize those facts? And of course, interpret those facts. Interpret what you came up with. Know how you're interpreting it. Are we interpreting it using pounds, percentages, areas, length, amounts, averages, and of course, heights? How are we interpreting this information? And then of course come to some type of conclusion as we gather our standard deviation. How far have I deviated from my average or from the mean? And that, my friend, is a basic data dump in statistics. I'm Titus Wright. Thank you so much for joining us for the Positive Force. Don't forget to give me your comments, suggestions, and observations down at the bottom and subscribe. Thanks so much. Have a fantastic day, and God bless you.